Hello, loves. This is going to be your new moon reading for February for the areas of romance, love, and business and finance. We're going to do love and romance first, and then we'll get into business and finance. And for each of them, I'm going to take a moment and look at what could be blocking you, because we really want you to be able to manifest the romance and the finance and business in your life that you're looking for. So what could be blocking that manifestation? So let's get into the cards and see what they have to say. So we've got a few things jumping out already. And this is going to take a look at your energy. And if you're in a situation right now, it can look at the other party's energy as well. And if you are single, then definitely just focus on the part about your energy and skip the part about the other person's energy. All right. But we are getting some really good information from the cards already. So some great info. So first off, let's take a look at what could be going on with your energy that could be currently blocking you from getting what you want out of the relationship that you're in, or preventing you from getting the relationship coming into your life that you're looking for. And the first thing that we see is there's definitely some baggage going on. So there's some baggage going on in terms of you carrying old wounds and you carrying around kind of old ways of thinking as well coming out of a relationship. So Spirit is saying, hey, is there an opportunity for you to unpack this baggage? This will serve you in the relationship that you're currently in, or if you're looking for a relationship, this is going to help you find and keep the partner that you're looking for. So think really hard about what that baggage could be. And a lot of times this could be something from a previous relationship, or it could even be a child wound. So this is definitely an opportunity to do some healing. So first off, take a look at what baggage you could be having. Ask yourself where it came from, and then look at what you might need to do to heal this. But you've got to unpack these bags in order to improve the flow of energy in your current relationship, or to call in the relationship that's meant for you. And we also see some heartbreak. And that heartbreak is a sign that some of you have obviously been hurt by love in the past. And this is a time for you to really heal that heartbreak and know that you've got to get through it. And so if you're single, the energy here is that the heartbreak that you've had in the past is still haunting you in a way. And it is unfortunately blocking your energy flow when it comes to love. So Spirit is calling on you to examine what heartbreak you might be carrying around and heal that. And know that it's a natural part of life. We've all had heartbreaks. We've all had disappointments in love. But this is your call from Spirit to really heal that broken heart and improve the flow of love energy so that you can give and receive love in a more healthy way in your relationship, and also open up that flow of love to call in the person that's meant for you. And we do see that there's somewhere out there that's meant for you. We see for some of you that true love is coming in, and some of you already have that true love, and you just need to improve that energy flow and unpack that baggage to improve the relationship that you're currently in. But for those of you who are looking to bring in love, just know that yes, that true love is out there waiting for you. And Spirit wants you to heal your heart and unpack any wounds you may have so that you're in the best position to call in the healthiest love that is truly meant for you. And some of you, and this is the manifestation part, have an opportunity to truly manifest this person and this relationship in your life right now. So with this new moon that's happening now at the end of February, it's time for you to focus on healing, but then also manifesting in that love that you're looking for. Someone you wished for is coming into your life. And I love that. So just imagine blowing on the dandelion and seeing the dandelion fluff floating around. And that is you manifesting this person that's coming in for you. I love that. And then for those of you who have started a new relationship, or maybe you're in one, the other thing Spirit is calling on you to do is to truly nurture those relationships in your life. Focus on how you can grow the love that you have. And think of this as tending your garden. For those of you who are gardeners, this analogy may land. For those of you who are not, I apologize, but you're familiar with the concept, so that you have to weed. You have to take out what doesn't serve you in the relationship. You have to nurture in the sense of adding the plant food and the water and making sure it's getting enough sun. It's the same thing with your relationship. It's the same thing with the loved ones in your life. You have to nurture those bonds and nurture those ties. So think about where you can do that in your life, and that will help unblock the flow of love between you and your partner. Maybe it's feeling a little stagnant. Maybe it feels like you guys have just been struggling with something. And when you're struggling with your partner, it's natural to pull back a little bit. Think about the baggage, because sometimes it's the baggage that makes you pull back. Even if you're not ready to face that baggage, though, know that this is the best thing you can do, is instead of pulling back, lean into nurturing the relationship, nurturing the partner, nurturing the love, and just ask yourself, what can I be doing at this time to nurture that connection a little bit more? Even if they're frustrating me, even if I want to be, sleeping in a different room. Sometimes that happens. But how can you be nurturing instead? Just really think about that. This is what Spirit is saying you can do. And then also know that, find quality time together. Relax into those quality time moments in the relationship. Find ways to connect on just a really meaningful and small level. For some people, I've noticed in relationships, they think it's all about the big gestures. And then they get themselves a little bit twisted thinking, oh, I can't do the big gestures, so I'm not going to do anything. And Spirit is saying it's the little things sometimes that matter the most. The quality time, the small note in the lunch, anything, that lets the person really feel connected to you. So find these small quality moments together and find opportunities to make these small but meaningful gestures. These are things that are going to help unblock the love in the relationship. And then also know that in addition to the small things, there is an opportunity to really dress up and make a significant moment very special in some way. And this doesn't have to mean going out to, an expensive restaurant or expensive event, but how can you find a moment in your relationship that you can truly make special by just dressing it up and making it feel special? And dressing up for each other. So, when you guys were first dating and you guys would get excited and you'd, shave all the parts and you would, really dress up and put the effort in. Spirit's saying in this relationship, maybe take a small event or a small opportunity and make it more special by dressing up and putting in that same amount of effort like you did when you were first dating. Make your partner feel special because you've put the effort into wearing something they really like, doing the hair and the makeup, the things that after a while we kind of get tired of doing, and sometimes we let that slip. Spirit saying, no, your partner really wants you to put the effort in for them. And if you're feeling a little bit frustrated with your partner, like, well, they're not putting the effort in, people are going to match your energy. And so, again, we're in the part of the reading where we talk about what's blocking things and what's blocking the flow of energy. And sometimes you can unblock that by you being the one who makes this effort. And then they may not match your energy in this instance, but over time they will. You'll be surprised. So, it could be this event or this opportunity, you put in that extra effort, and then next time they put in that extra effort. And Spirit's calling on me to remind you to notice when they do, because it's easy to think they're not doing the thing I want them to do, and then you're disregarding the efforts that they are making. And so even if the efforts they're making aren't perfect, look for times where they are being the one who dresses up in their own way. And how can you recognize and celebrate that? This goes back to nurturing the love again, is recognizing when they're making that effort. And this is really interesting. I'm going to go back to those of you who may be single and looking right now. I see butterfly, and this is going out to an event and meeting somebody at the event. So the person that you're looking for is out there. They're not in your house. They're not showing up with the DoorDash order. You know what I mean? Like, go out to this event, and maybe you're over it, but this isn't a bar thing. This is going out and putting yourself out there at activities that you actually enjoy, at events and mixers where people who, do some of the same things that you do and interested in some of the same things you're interested in, they're going to be there. You can meet your person there. And so that's what Spirit's saying, is your person's waiting for you out there. And for those of you who may be looking for more commitment, we are seeing that there is a wedding in the future for some of you. So maybe if you're looking, just know that you're going to find the person where this can happen with. Or if you're in a relationship and you haven't gotten to that level of commitment, Spirit is saying this is a good time for you to manifest this. This is possible for you. And so, this is the new moon in February, which is all about emotions. It's all about emotions. This is the new moon entering Pisces. So this is really a great time to unblock the energy related to love and to manifest what you want to happen in your love life specifically. So Spirit has given some guidance about how you can unblock the love in your relationship, or unblock the flow of love so you can call in the person that you're looking for. And what we want to do now is add on to that about how you can actually manifest that into reality, because it's really important. Let's go back to that wish card, that you think really hard about what it is that you want from your relationship or from a new partner, depending on where you are, and really sit down and think and visualize what happens in that relationship. Oh, I love how my partner does X. Even if your partner's not currently doing it, or even if you don't have that partner yet, manifest it through thinking that. I love how my partner treats me. My partner treats me so well. My partner is always buying me roses. My partner got me perfume. My partner always asks me how my day is. Like, whatever makes you feel loved, that's what you need to be manifesting, is that feeling and the thing they do that gives you that feeling. And you can really speak this into existence. Like, that is the power of this new moon here at the end of the month. Speak it into existence and sit down and really visualize it in your head and make it happen. Manifest it. So let's see what else the cards have to say about love before we move into business. Because this is all about bringing in the love you want into your life, using the power of the new moon in Pisces. So many deep feelings going on right now. And I did cleanse this. This is specifically a love tarot deck with my rose love incense. So let's see what the cards have to say for us at this time. Some of you have been really feeling stressed in the relationship. That is so funny. I see, sorry, it's not funny that you're feeling stressed. The Empress popped out, which is all about emotional fulfillment, nurturing, being kind of the provider of love for other people. Okay, and then we got the Ace of Swords. So definitely seeing new relationship coming in for some of you, and for others, a new stage of your relationship. So the message I'm getting here is that if you're stressed about your current relationship, do this opportunity to do an emotional reset within your relationship and see how you can be kind of the leader emotionally in the relationship, and setting a new tone and reimagining the future with your partner. So this is where you need to be a little bit delulu. Let go of the past, let go of the baggage from your current relationship. That's what's coming through, because, when you've been in a long-term relationship, you guys have patterns, and those patterns can create baggage in and of themselves. And then you're like, oh, he always does this or she always does that. And then unfortunately we carry around resentment. That resentment is also baggage. So what I'm seeing here is that, you know, it's time to do a reset in the relationship and really reinvent the emotional exchange and let go of the past and allow healing to come in to the relationship. Forgiving your partner, forgiving yourself. But things aren't going to get better until you can imagine a better future in your relationship with your partner. That's what this card is telling you for those of you in a relationship, is it's time for a fresh start with your partner, which means letting go of old hurts, letting go of, you know, the list of things they've done wrong, and let them turn over a new leaf. And this Empress card, you know, this is really like Venus. This is Aphrodite coming through in terms of leading with love. Leading with love. That's what I'm seeing. Leading with love in your marriage, in your partnership, reigniting and rekindling the love. Like you're pouring new love into your relationship to reignite the spark. And like I said, letting go of past issues. Wow. And as I was talking, the card that came out was the 9 of Cups, which is the wish fulfillment card. Wow, this is getting really heavy. Okay, so you've been wishing that your relationship could have like this reset or go back to how it was. And Spirit is saying it can. It can. You can use this new moon. You can use your power as a woman to channel Aphrodite, to channel Venus, and restore the love in your relationship and get the relationship to be what you've always wanted it to be. You have that power. And that does involve, I'm just going to say it again, letting go of the baggage, letting go of the grudges and the resentment, and truly visualizing and allowing a fresh start with your partner. And you can get the relationship with your partner that either you used to have or you always wanted. Wow, that is huge. Like that is huge power and huge opportunity for you. I can totally see it, just really healing that love connection, healing the energy on both sides, and healing what happened in the past and truly forgiving and moving forward. But I love this wish fulfillment card, and for this to come in a romance reading, it just really, like, I can just really feel it, just how much it's going to be different for you and your partner if you allow it to be, and if you take this power for yourself, this Venus Aphrodite power. I'm covering her up because she's a statue. She's not, you know, she's not very decent, but I just don't want the video to get taken down because this is a good message that we're getting. And then on the bottom, we've got the star, you know, you being the magnet to pull in everything that you want and manifest this reality. The star is another power card about manifesting the reality you want. So we've got the Empress and the Star and the 9 of Cups. Wow. And then, like I said, those are juxtaposed across the 9 of Swords and this Ace of Swords, where we see that fresh start happening. That is huge. Let me see if there's something else coming out, because when it comes to revitalizing a relationship, I don't know that you could get a more powerful set of cards, but let me see if there's something else that's coming through. Queen of Pentacles. Okay. So yes, resourceful, you know, fertile if you're trying to do more with your family. This is really, really big. Domesticity, just really taking charge of your relationship and your household and making it have the abundance you want it to have. So yeah, this is really just reaffirming what we were saying. And if you're not in a relationship, then these cards really represent that fresh start, new relationship. And I'm just going to say it again, leading with love. When you start a new relationship, make sure that you are leading with love and modeling the behavior that you want to see in the relationship and setting the expectation ahead of time for how you want to be treated. And for some of you, there is some temptation coming up. So for some of you, again, I'm not going to show it because it's a little naughty looking, but we do see some temptation coming in. Don't give in to this temptation to snap at your partner, to go back to grudges, being petty. Some of you may be tempted outside the relationship, but whatever temptations are coming in for you, do not give in to them. This will set you back. This will prevent you from getting this wish fulfillment outcome that's meant for you. So just know that, as always, there's temptations that come up for us, and you cannot give in to these temptations. They will permanently damage your relationship. If you're looking for a relationship, the temptations are going to take a different form. It's going to be temptations to fall into bad habits, to go with partners who are part of like an old cycle for you. So those of you looking for relationships, don't be tempted by old patterns. Don't be tempted into going into an old cycle. Like if there's a certain kind of person that you're drawn to and you know it always ends badly, that person's about to come up again for you, that type of person. So be on the lookout for that, because it's almost like you've got an opportunity to go down a path of true emotional and romantic fulfillment, or to go back to bad habits that you know don't serve you. And Spirit is saying choose wisely for both of you. For people in relationships and people looking, it's kind of the same choice. It just shows up a little bit differently. All right, so that's what's ahead for love, romance, and relationships. And if you want to claim this new moon energy for your romantic life, drop a comment below and just say I claim. You don't have to say exactly what you're claiming, but drop a comment down below and claim this new moon energy. All right, so we are going to shift into career, finance, and business. And I'm going to start with what could be blocking, or what themes are coming up for career, finance, and business. And then we'll get into more detailed cards for this one. But what is going on with career, finance, and business? And how can we channel the new moon energy to remove any of these blocks, right? Because that's all I care about with blocks, is I want to know what they are so I can get rid of them. I'm pretty sure you're the same way. Okay. Interesting. So, I'm wondering if we're getting some spillover from romance, but let's see. The first one, though, is very clearly what we're asking about. This is lean into the storm. So we know that there are potentially challenging financial times ahead. We know that there are headwinds coming. There's a lot of changes and instability in the US economy, in the global economy. So this card is affirming that, yes, there will be some headwinds coming in. If you own a business, you may already be seeing some of the signs of some of the difficulties that are coming in. But there's more to come, is what I'm seeing. So this is really good to know, to be forewarned, because the card is telling you how to navigate it. It's lean into the storm. Like, don't hide from the financial difficulties. Don't put your head in the sand and be like, no, it's going to be fine. You need to know how to navigate what's coming in terms of business, the, economy that's bigger than you, and how that's going to affect you with either your job or, again, if you're running and owning a business. Please expect some financial shifts, right? Ups and downs, and be prepared to navigate them. Don't pretend like it's not happening. Don't pretend like it's not going to affect you. Don't think, oh, it's just a brief hiccup. It's going to be a little messy for a few months, is what I'm seeing here. But it's so important that you lean into it, because it's not going to knock you down if you lean into it. That's what I'm seeing. So think ahead. Be prepared as much as possible. Have like contingency plans for your contingency plans, is what I'm seeing. Diversify your financial portfolio is what I'm getting. So like if all your investments are in a certain sector, just really think about, should you be diversifying your investments at this time? Should you be adding additional revenue streams if your business is really focused on like one type of revenue stream? because different sectors are being impacted differently right now. So just really think about how you can create like more financial safety through diversification. I think that's what leaning in is telling us, as well as having plans and contingency plans. You know what I mean? And if you have employees and staff that you're worried about, just really think hard about how you're going to take care of them, how you're going to communicate. You know, I'm just really seeing a lot of forward thinking and a lot of strategizing here. And then we also got guard in the heart. And so when it comes to finance and business, really prepare yourself for how you're going to navigate these headwinds emotionally. So just, you're a leader in some way of your family, of your business, at your workplace. Really prepare yourself emotionally, because it's really hard when you're worried about your own financial stability, but you're also responsible for other people and you're worried about the impact on them. It can be really stressful and exhausting. So guard in your heart. I'm really seeing, take care of yourself emotionally and only carry what you can carry. And then I'm also going to say that this gardening applies to business and finances as well, which is like, where can you maybe tighten the belt ahead of time? Like getting rid of unnecessary expenses ahead of time, that kind of belt tightening, not like the super strict kind, but just being prepared for these financial headwinds, just weeding, we talked about weeding and fertilizing. It's the same thing with your business. So really think about like, where can you be weeding and where can you be fertilizing? And Spirit is saying don't overcorrect and don't overreact, but have a plan for your garden. Have a plan for where you can prune now and where you're prepared to prune. And then as you see things shift, don't necessarily immediately pull the trigger on making changes, but don't wait too long either. So like, just because you had a bad day or a bad week, obviously you're not going to go do layoffs. You know what I mean? Like, that's not what Spirit is saying, but Spirit's saying, but no, if this goes on for X amount of time, I need to make these changes. If this other thing happens for this amount of time, then I need to make these changes over here. Like, know all the different if-then scenarios and what you're going to do. So that you're prepared and you're not caught by surprise. And that's actually going to help you manage your emotions. It'll help you manage the stress and the guilt and the anxiety and all those feelings that come up during times of financial difficulty. And I'm using work examples, but this can also be true of your household expenses and your household budget and your personal investing as well. All right. And then the other two cards, I'm still trying to figure out what they have to do with the financial reading, because I'm like, I'm a little worried. These might have been, crossover, but maybe these will resonate with you. I got court the subconscious and unfurl the wings of forgiveness. So let's talk about court the subconscious really quick. I feel like, if we really focus on the business aspect of this card, it's almost like your intuition is trying to tell you something, or something, and you've maybe not been like, sorry, my nose is itching confirmation. You might not be thinking about it. It's not quite the same thing as burying your head in the sand, but it is almost like having blinders on. Like there's something nagging in your unconscious or your subconscious. And this is actually good information for you. So Spirit's saying whatever's going on in your subconscious or unconscious mind, that is actually your intuition or even your intellectual pattern recognition. And other people might be telling you that you're wrong, not to listen to it. This happened to me a couple years ago when I foresaw the financial downturn, and none of the leadership I was working with at the time believed me. And unfortunately, that didn't turn out too well for them. This is like that. So just because other people are saying that something your gut is telling you isn't true, don't listen to them. Listen to your gut is what I'm getting. Listen to the messages from your subconscious, your unconscious, your intuition, your gut. Ask them, like literally ask, what do you mean? And what is this for? How can I confirm that? If you go through that thought process in your mind, you will get answers either from spirit or from your own unconscious or subconscious. So go through that process of asking yourself, what is it that I'm worried about? What is it that I'm thinking? Why am I thinking that? What might happen? Like literally play it through in your head so that you can truly understand something that part of you knows, but that your conscious mind hasn't fully either been aware of or accepted yet. I think that's what this card's telling you. So again, business, finances, work, all of that realm, there's something you know that you don't know you know. And you need to like excavate it. So, yeah. Part of you is worried about something and it needs to come to the surface. And don't let people tell you you're wrong. That keeps coming into my head. Don't let other people tell you that you're wrong. But when you surface that thought, really inspect it and look at it from different angles and go through that rigorous thought process, because it may not mean what it looks like right away when it comes to you. Like I definitely see there's some processing about it you need to do. Like don't jump to conclusions. Work with it. But there's a deep truth there that needs to be uncovered and worked with. Okay. I think that was the last piece on that one that was coming through. All right. And then we also got unfurl the wings of forgiveness. And so I do think this is business related, but it's going to sound a little, but there's someone you need to forgive in your business or work life. And forgiving doesn't mean allowing them to do it again. I'm just going to say that. But maybe there's a situation you've been holding on to a grudge. It still comes up in your head. You still might churn on it sometimes. So in this case, the forgiveness is for you. It's for your benefit, not theirs. But you do need to forgive. And I'm just going to repeat this. Forgiving that other person does not mean accepting them back into your life, letting them be in a position where they can do that again. That's not what that means. It just means truly forgiving and letting go. For some of you, this is going to be harder because what I'm actually seeing is that for some of you, you need to forgive yourself for something. A mistake, a bad call, damage you've done to a business or professional relationship. And forgiving yourself is the hardest thing sometimes. Some of us are so hard on ourselves. And unfortunately, this can be even more pervasive. If you haven't forgiven yourself, you're going to get into a situation where you don't trust your own judgment, where you don't fully trust yourself as a leader, as, whatever your role is. You have to trust you. And if you haven't forgiven yourself for whatever the situation is, unfortunately, you're going to hold back. And Spirit is saying, you can learn from your past, but don't learn the wrong lesson. Because forgiving yourself also involves learning the right lesson from that situation. It doesn't mean I can't ever have a confrontational conversation. It means I've learned how to not snap at people if I have a confrontational conversation. It doesn't mean I can't make these kinds of decisions. It means I will understand why that decision didn't turn out the way I thought it would, so that I'm better prepared to make decisions. So I'm going to say this forgiveness card has a lot in it about combining learning and forgiveness, but knowing this is a very loud call from Spirit that is a warning to you. Because if you don't do this forgiveness and you don't do this learning, you will then go on to make more mistakes through inaction or from learning the wrong lesson. And then you're going to trust yourself less and less. It's going to snowball. So you have to trust yourself. And whatever reason you've given yourself to doubt your own judgment of some kind, you have to forgive yourself and learn what you're supposed to learn instead. This is very important. This is coming through very strongly. And again, especially for those of you who are leaders, please take this to heart. Please work on that forgiveness. All right, I'm going to pull. This isn't the end of the finance and business reading. These were just the blockages and how to navigate them. And just know that with this specific new moon, knowing what we just got about blockages, I'm going to say do some affirmations. I can trust myself. I learn from my mistakes. These are great affirmations. I will navigate any financial and business challenge as well. I will act with compassion. I will lean into any obstacles that come up. And then, like I said, go out and create these contingency plans. Think about your revenue streams and think about what gardening you can do and what you can prepare to do when it comes to business and finances. All right, so let's get into the tarot reading. And while I'm pulling cards, just remember I do private readings, and I also do consultations through my website, mysticmoonrising.com. I'll link it down in the episode description. So if you want to chat, that's a consultation. If you just want a private reading, and book one of the private readings that are on there. And if you do book a private reading, please, when you book it, send me as much detail about your situation and question as possible. The better your question is, the better my answer is. I can tell you that. If nothing else, it unblocks your energy so I can read you easier. But even just informationally, I interpret the cards so much better that way. All right. Well, definitely chatty cards. So first off, let's just get this out of the way, which is that, yes, there may be difficulties coming, but Spirit sees you will make it through these financial and business difficulties. So this is material abundance and wishes coming true. And so she's sitting there and she's actually manifesting this in this bowl of water. So this is such a good card right now because we're talking about new moon, manifesting, removing financial blocks, and in this case, manifesting financial success. So I want you to really take this card to heart and picture the financial abundance that's coming in for you. Literally sit there, you can close your eyes and picture you with this financial abundance, what it looks like and how you'll feel when you receive it. So just know that things may be up and down with the economy, with the business, yada, yada, but in the end, this is waiting for you, is greater abundance even than you have now. And so the only thing you need to do is, remove the blocks and do it. We already talked about, but really visualize it, see it, manifest it, and then commit to what you're going to do to make it reality. Because remember, manifestation is all about intention and action. So definitely commit to this. Drop a comment in the video. You can say what step you're going to take, or you can just say, I affirm, I commit, anything, I claim it, just say something. Tell the universe that you're committed to this, because the outcome is amazing in terms of financial abundance and really dreams coming true. And then we also got the King of Cups, which is you being this really strong and empathetic leader at home and at work. And Spirit really wants you to have balance. And this is the balance of remembering to be tolerant and empathetic with your family and with the people you work with or who work for you. So this is coming through very strongly. And with the Nine of Cups card that we just got about wish fulfillment, dreams come true, financial abundance, I'm going to say this abundance, this bright future, requires this behavior, which is the empathy and understanding in both areas of your life. Don't lose this. And it's going to be easy to lose it because, like I said, stuff's going to get stressful for a little while. But that's where we were like, gardening the heart. I'm going to add in managing your emotions and doing your own self-care, Because if you're doing your self-care and you're taking care of your emotional health, that is what sets you up to be this empathetic and understanding leader. Then you can manage your stress because you're taking care of yourself. You know what I mean? And that stress, you're not going to take it out on people. You can't take your stress out on people. This is very clear. I hope that makes sense. I hope that's sinking in. You cannot take your stress out on the people who work for you, the people you work with, or your family. But Spirit is saying you can be this person and you can do this. This is your call to action. Okay? Wow. All right. Yeah. And we definitely got some warnings that if you don't listen to what Spirit's saying about managing your emotions and leading with empathy and understanding, if you don't, you're going to have some real trouble coming in, unfortunately. So you can avoid this trouble. You can avoid this 7 of Cups and 7 of Swords energy by maintaining that empathy and understanding. So you can have this amazingly abundant outcome, which I'm dropping, by being this empathetic leader, or you're going to lose a lot. So very, very clear kind of action consequence here from Spirit, which is helpful. It's helpful to know. So definitely in your heart, in your journal, commit to this course of action. And I actually really do want you to journal it because I want you to continuously remind yourself that this is the key for you, that being this King of Cups leader is the key to your success. And so you've got to put it in your journal, put it on a sticky note, something that's going to remind you of that, even if it's just like a picture of a cup, because you need to maintain this throughout this calendar year. Okay. All right. And then we definitely see new business opportunities coming in, new job, new partnerships, new clients. Like we definitely see this coming in, which is great and kind of affirms everything that we're saying. And then we also got the 4 of Wands. And okay, yeah, celebrating with family and friends. So yeah, I actually am seeing you might be getting a promotion or closing a huge deal and celebrating with your family. I love that. And making sure to involve your family in celebrating your big business and career milestones. It's going to be very exciting for all of you. Just make sure they're included is definitely a vibe that's coming through. But yeah, so we see a huge, step up for you, and we see you celebrating, which is obviously amazing. And yeah, this is tied to this new job, raise, money news. So yeah, we definitely see a lot of progress, a lot of prosperity. So it's so funny, even though your company may be facing some headwinds and some ups and downs, your career is still on this upward trajectory. So just listen to the guidance of Spirit about how to navigate the next few months. And again, do this the whole calendar year. And we see it is all amazing for you. Great outcomes, great incremental milestones along the way, increases in finances. So if you have these contingency plans, if you tend to your business, tend to your finances well, you will still come out ahead, and you actually won't be struggling the whole time. But you have to manage your emotions and lead with empathy and understanding, or else you're not going to get these benefits, and instead you're going to get equally bad, detriment. So really great and helpful guidance from Spirit on what to do for the next few months, and then maintaining that same pattern throughout the year. And with this being the end of February and the February new moon, again, this is the time to set that intention. This is that time to really visualize the success and to see yourself continuing to step up and grow. And this is going to happen for you. This is destined. This is meant to be. All right, this was your February new moon reading for love, romance, career, finances, and business. I hope you liked it. Please leave me a comment. If this has been of value and you're not already subscribed, please subscribe and hit the like button. And I would love to hear back from you in the next, month, 2 month, 3 months, and hear how you're doing and hear how your business is growing and how your love life is improving. So anyway, thanks again. I'm Gabby from Mystic Moon Rising, and I'll see you in the next one.